Kenshin Himura, also known as Hitokiri Battousai, is a legendary swordsman who is feared by all for his speed, precision, and for his unique fighting style. Now he lives an ordinary life who protects the people of Japan with a vow never to take another life. The story picks up in the year of 1879, where the special police, also known as the Shinsengumi, led by Goro Fujita, got an information about a Shanghai arm dealer selling warship in Japan. They reached the train station where the arm dealer was at that time. As they tried to capture him, a fight broke out between the arm dealer and the police. The arm dealer was quite skilled, but suddenly he surrenders willingly without a fight, and the police arrested him. But not long after that, he was released from the prison by the consul under the term of the treaty between China and Japan. Goro Fujita wasn't happy on hearing this and confronted his seniors, but he couldn't do anything. Where he meet Cho, one of Shishio's 10 swords, now working as an undercover for the police, but Fujita didn't like Cho for being a turncoat. On a peaceful night, Shanghai Mafia boss, led by Enishi, and his subordinate attacked the city from Ueno Hill with a cannon. The city was now in chaos. The police got alerted, and the chief came running and told Kenshin Himura that it hit a beef place called Akabeko. Kenshin tells his friends to go check on Akabeko, and then he goes with the chief towards Ueno Hill. Upon searching the place for a while, the police finds a cloth written "Man Judges." Since no one understood what it means, Kenshin explained to them that if heaven will not judge, then they will. Then the chief realizes that the attackers were not happy with the new government, and that made them to do that. Suddenly, Goro Fujita comes and tells Kenshin that it might be the man from Shanghai, whom they have captured earlier, and that he was asking about him, and about the scar on his face. Kenshin goes back to his house. After some time, Sagara Sanosuke also comes and asks Kenshin to tell him the truth behind his scar. As they were talking, someone suddenly knocks on the door. As they carefully open the door, it was a person from the dojo asking Kenshin for help, saying that someone have attacked the Maikawa dojo. Kenshin and Sagara Sanosuke rushed towards the dojo. As they were going, they saw some police squad running towards Chief Uramura house, saying that the chief hasn't responded to them, so Kenshin and Sanosuke split ways.
Kenshin went towards Chief Uramura house and Sanosuke towards the dojo. When Kenshin reached at Chief Uramura house, the chief and his family was been beaten by the mafia. The mafia, after seeing him and the scar on his face, he knew that it was the infamous swordsman Battousai, and an intense fight between the thug and Kenshin occurs. Although the mafia was a skilled swordsman, he was no match for Kenshin, and the battle ended quickly. Then the thug blew himself up, but no one gets injured during the blast. Sagara Sanosuke also reaches the dojo and was surprised to see all the police squad and the people from the dojo beaten up. After that, as Kenshin was going back, he saw the leader of the Shanghai Mafia. The leader introduces himself as the brother of Kenshin's late wife Tomoe, and that he wants Kenshin to suffer for killing his sister. Kenshin goes back and felt guilty because all the chaos in the city happened because of him. Cho, working as an undercover for the police, informs Goro Fujita about the whereabouts of the Shanghai Mafia, that they are staying in a place called Yokohama. After some time, Kenshin tells his friends that all the attack in the city was to take vengeance on him, and that the leader of the Shanghai Mafia was Enishi Yukishiro, the brother of his late wife Tomoe. Later in the video, Cho is seen on Enishi Yukishiro place where he is searching for a good sword as a reward for misleading the police by giving false information. The next day, Misao visits Kenshin with Aoshi. They were sent by Suikoji Temple priest, saying that the priest's late father had the diary of Kenshin's late wife Tomoe and that he wants to return it to him. After that, Misao hands over the diary to Kaoru. Later in the video, the special police led by Goro Fujita is seen in Yokohama, the place which Cho gave it to him. There, a precarious person is seen with bandages all over his body, and suddenly the police were attacked by swordsmen, which were hidden on the roof. That same night, paper falls from the sky all around the city written, "Man Judges," from a hot air balloon. Shortly after that, the Shanghai mafias started attacking the city with cannons and bombs. The city was set on fire. The mafias were scattered everywhere and started attacking the civilians. Kenshin meets one of the mafia with a rapid-fire machine gun attached to his hand. The mafia started shooting him, but he dodged the bullet with his swift move and tries to get closer to him and defeated the gunman. One of the mafia with a mask throws a dynamite amongst the civilians. Aoshi suddenly appears and defuses the bomb. The masked man and his subordinate attacks Aoshi. He defeats his subordinates and fights one-on-one with him. Misao also joins with Aoshi and fights alongside with him. As they were engaged in a fight, all of a sudden bomb explodes near Aoshi, which injures him. Enishi appears at Kenshin's place, where a group of people, along with Sanosuke and Kaoru, happens to be there. Sanosuke instantly knew who he was and challenges Enishi for a duel, but he was brutally beaten up along with the others. Kenshin, after defeating his opponent, rushes towards the dojo, where he saw people lying all around his place, along with Sanosuke covered with blood all over him. He informs Kenshin that Enishi has taken Kaoru as an hostage. The next day, Goro Fujita comes from Yokohama and sees that the city was in a mess. Kenshin is seen in the dojo, remembering his past days with his friends and lovers. This sets Kenshin on a journey to confront his own demons and protect those he loves. Kenshin arrives at the enemy's base and started attacking them. They were more than hundreds of them, but Kenshin still fought them using his technique and skills. The enemy, although was numerous in number, but couldn't harm Kenshin. As the fight was going on, Misao comes with her subordinate to avenge Aoshi. Later on, Goro Fujita also comes with the special police to avenge for destroying the city. Sanosuke also comes to give a hand to Kenshin. They let Kenshin to go ahead of them towards Enishi. As Kenshin opens the door, Hakesing and his subordinates were waiting for him and started shooting at him, but they couldn't hit him. But Hakesing had a trump card, Sojiro Seta, one of the greatest of the 10 Swords assassins, but Sojiro sided with Kenshin and started attacking the mafias. On the other hand, Goro Fujita and Misao was having a tough time dealing with all the mafias, as they were numerous in number. Sojiro tells Kenshin to go forward and to let him handle this mess. Finally, Kenshin meets Enishi. He was eagerly waiting for Kenshin to have a showdown and end the long-awaited duel and to avenge his sister. The fight begins as both of them clashes with their swords. Both of them was equally strong and skilled. Enishi breaks his sword and changes it to a new one and carries on with the fight. Enishi finally brought Kenshin to his knees and tells Kenshin to kill himself to atone for his sin. But Kenshin refuses by saying that killing himself can never be enough for the sin he have committed. But for his friends and for the peace that Tomoe wanted, I'll stop you, and continues with the duel. Kenshin finally brought Enishi to his knees. Then Enishi calls his sister's name in despair and grape a knife and advanced towards Kenshin to stab him, but Kenshin didn't move and let Enishi stab him. After that, Kenshin asked for forgiveness for killing his sister. At that moment, Hakesing shoots Kenshin in his shoulder. After that, as he was about to shoot Enishi, Kaoru suddenly appears and saves him. Hakesing pushed Kaoru and shoots her, but Enishi protects her and takes the bullet. Enishi angrily goes and grabs his neck and start punching him, but Kenshin grabs his hand to stop him from killing Hakesing and thank him for saving Kaoru's life. In the next scene, we see Enishi in the prison. Kaoru sends him the diary of his sister. As he reads the diary, he knew the truth behind his sister's sacrifice, and it brings Enishi into tears. In the last scene, Kenshin and Kaoru is seen visiting Tomoe's grave to thank her and to say their last goodbye. Thank you for watching Movie Mine. Subscribe for more updates.